Good evening, dear wanderer. My name is Mr. James Candlelight, and I'm honored to share this evening with you. Tonight, we travel to a small coastal village where the sea meets the sky in an endless conversation of blue, a place where time is measured not by clocks, but by tides, not by calendars, but by seasons. We will meet Samuel Whitmore, known to everyone simply as Old Sam. He is 85 years old and has been a fisherman his entire life. Every single day for 70 years, he has taken his small wooden boat out onto the water. And here is the remarkable thing. In all those years, in all those thousands of days, Sam has never once caught a fish, not one. The other fishermen used to laugh at him. Now they don't laugh anymore. Now they wonder. Now they ask him why he keeps going out day after day with nothing to show for it. And Sam's answer is always the same. I'm not fishing for fish. This is a story about purpose and presence, about the difference between doing and being, about discovering that sometimes the goal we think we're chasing isn't the real goal at all. Before we join Sam in his boat, let us prepare ourselves with deep relaxation so we can truly understand what he has spent a lifetime learning. Settle in now. Get comfortable. Let the waves carry you. Let's begin. Imagine yourself standing on a dock at dawn. Before you, the ocean stretches endlessly. The water is calm. The sky is beginning to lighten. A small wooden boat waits, rocking gently with the rhythm of the waves. I'm going to count down from 10 to 1, and with each number, you will step closer to the boat, deeper into relaxation, further into the peaceful rhythm of the sea. 10. Feel the wooden dock beneath your feet, solid but moving slightly with the water's motion. Everything here moves with rhythm. The waves, the boat, even your breath. Let yourself sink with that rhythm now, in and out like tides. 9. Notice your body. Where are you holding tension? Perhaps in your shoulders, your neck, your hands. Imagine the ocean washing over those places. Cool water, gentle waves, carrying the tension away. Let it go into the sea. The ocean can hold it. You don't have to. 8. You are completely safe. This ocean is calm. This boat is steady. My voice is your anchor, but you don't need an anchor. You can drift. You can float. You can let go. Trust the water. Trust yourself. Trust this moment. 7. Thoughts drift by like boats on the horizon. Some near, some far, some coming, some going. You don't need to board every boat. You don't need to follow every thought. Just watch them pass, wave if you like, but stay here, stay present, stay floating. 6. This moment is all you have. This moment is all you need, not the past with its catches and misses, not the future with its goals and outcomes. Just this, just now, just the gentle rocking of the boat and the sound of water against wood. 5. Peace is like the ocean, always there, sometimes stormy on the surface, but deep down, always calm. You can dive into that deep calm now, below the surface, below the noise, below the striving, down where everything is quiet and blue and still. 4. Breathe in the salt air. Breathe out everything you're carrying. Gratitude for this moment, for the ocean, for the boat, for the chance to float without purpose, to be without becoming. Let gratitude fill you like a sail filling with wind. 3. See the boat more clearly now, old, weathered, but well maintained, loved. It's waiting for you. It has all the time in the world, because the ocean has been here for millions of years and will be here for millions more. What's your hurry? 2. Your body is so heavy now, so relaxed, like you're already floating, already held by water. But your awareness is light, present, awake to this moment. This is the balance, relaxed and aware, still and alive. 1. Step into the boat now. It rocks gently under your weight. As the story unfolds, you will push off from the dock and drift into the morning. You are safe. You are held. You are exactly where you belong. And now, we join old Sam on the water. The village of Saltwind Cove has been a fishing village for 300 years. The families here have salt water in their blood. They know the tides like they know their own names. They can read the weather in the color of the sky and the behavior of birds. Fishing isn't just what they do, it's who they are. So when Samuel Whitmore first went out in his boat 70 years ago, at age 15, everyone expected he would be like all the others. He would learn the trade. He would bring in good catches. He would provide for his family. But Sam never caught anything. Day after day, week after week, year after year, he would go out onto the water and come back with an empty boat. At first, people thought he was unlucky. They gave him advice. Try different bait, different depths, different spots. Then they thought he was incompetent. They offered to teach him, to show him the secrets. When he still caught nothing, they thought he was cursed. Some suggested he give up fishing entirely, but Sam never stopped. Every morning, without fail, he would take his small wooden boat and row out onto the calm waters of the bay. And every evening, he would row back with nothing. After a while, people stopped offering advice. They just shook their heads and called him strange. Only one person never judged him, his wife, Eleanor. She died 10 years ago, but for 62 years, she never once asked him why he kept fishing when he never caught anything. She knew, though she never said it aloud, she knew. You're in the boat with Sam now, He's 85 years old, but still strong enough to row. His hands are gnarled with arthritis. His back is bent, but his rhythm never falters. Left oar, right oar, left oar, right oar. A meditation made of motion. The sun is just rising, painting the sky in shades of pink and gold. The water is glass smooth, reflecting the colors like a mirror. Sam rows to his usual spot, about a quarter-mile from shore, where the water is deeper but still protected by the bay. He stops rowing and lets the boat drift. From a weathered tackle box, he takes out a fishing rod. It's old, like everything Sam owns, but well maintained. The line is fresh. The hook is sharp. He doesn't bait the hook. He never does. He casts the line into the water and sets the rod in a holder. Then he settles back against the side of the boat and simply sits, watching, listening, being. Beautiful morning, he says to you, his voice rough but kind. You nod, unsure what to say. Been coming out here for 70 years now, Sam continues. Same spot, more or less. Same time of day. People think I'm crazy. He chuckles. Maybe I am. Eleanor used to say I was the sanest crazy person she'd ever met. Why do you fish if you never catch anything? You finally ask. Sam is quiet for a long moment. A seagull cries overhead. The boat rocks gently. Who said I never catch anything? He finally replies, but everyone says I never catch any fish. Sam interrupts gently. That's true, but fish aren't the only thing worth catching. He looks at you with eyes the color of the ocean on a clear day. You come out here with me today. You watch. You'll see what I catch. The morning unfolds slowly. Sam doesn't check his line, doesn't adjust his rod. He just sits, comfortable in the stillness. At first, you're restless, waiting for something to happen, waiting for him to do something, but gradually you begin to settle into the rhythm of the boat, the lapping of water, the cry of gulls. You begin to notice things, the way the light changes as the sun climbs higher, how the colors shift from pink to gold to pale blue, the patterns the water makes, tiny ripples spreading from some invisible disturbance, larger swells rolling in from the open ocean, the sounds, not just the obvious ones, birds, water, but subtler ones, the creak of the wooden boat, the whisper of wind, your own breathing. You're starting to catch it, Sam says quietly, without looking at you. Catch what? This. He gestures around, the morning, the moment, the peace. He shifts in his seat, making himself more comfortable. When I was young, I fished like everyone else, for fish, for the catch, for the outcome. I measured my days by how many pounds I brought in. I measured my worth by the size of my haul. I competed with the other fishermen who caught the most, the biggest, the best. And I was miserable. He looks at you. I was out here on the most beautiful mornings of my life, and I barely saw them. I was so focused on the goal that I missed the experience. Then one day, I was about 30. I went out and caught nothing. Again. And I was so frustrated, I almost threw my rod into the sea. But then, I looked around. Really looked, and I saw this. Another gesture at the water, the sky, the light. I saw how beautiful it was, how peaceful, how perfect in this moment, regardless of whether there were fish in my net. And I thought, what if I'm doing this wrong? What if the fish are just the excuse to be out here? What if the real catch is something else entirely? Pausa. Onda maior faz o barco balançar. So I started an experiment. Sam continues. I decided to fish without trying to catch fish. To come out here just to be here. At first, I still baited my hook, old habits, but I stopped checking it obsessively, stopped moving to better spots, stopped using techniques to increase my catch. And you know what happened? Nothing changed. I still caught nothing. But everything changed because I wasn't disappointed anymore. I wasn't frustrated. I wasn't measuring my worth by my empty nets. Eventually, I stopped baiting the hook altogether. Seemed dishonest to the fish, pretending to hunt them when really I was just being. He leans back, face tilted toward the sun. People thought I'd lost my mind, but Eleanor understood. She'd say, Sam's fishing for peace. Sam's fishing for presence. Sam's fishing for himself. And she was right. You sit with this, watching the water, beginning to understand. I've caught 70 years of sunrises out here, Sam says. 70 years of bird songs, 70 years of the smell of salt air and the feeling of sun on my face. I've caught thousands of moments of perfect peace, countless hours of meditation, decades of just being alive and aware and present. That's my catch. That's what I've been fishing for all along. The sun is higher now. The morning is well underway. In the distance, you can see other fishing boats, real fishing boats with nets and crews. They're working, pulling in catches, moving to new spots, busy with the business of fishing. Sam's boat just drifts, just is. Don't you ever wish you'd caught fish? You ask. Don't you ever feel like you wasted your life? Sam considers this seriously. Sometimes, when I was younger, yes, when Eleanor and I struggled with money, when people mocked me, when I questioned whether I was being foolish or wise. But now, at 85, he shakes his head. No, I don't feel like I wasted anything. I feel like I discovered something most people never learn. What's that? That the goal isn't the point. The journey is the point. The being is the point. The moment, this exact moment right here, is the point. He looks at you intently. Most people spend their whole lives chasing goals, bigger catches, more money, better jobs, nicer houses, and every time they reach a goal, they just set a new one. They're never satisfied, never present, never here. They're always fishing for the next fish, and they never notice the ocean. But me, he smiles, I notice the ocean. For 70 years, I've been noticing the ocean, and that's worth more than all the fish in the sea. A memory surfaces, and Sam shares it. About 20 years ago, a young journalist came to write a story about me, the man who can't catch fish or something like that. She thought it would be funny or sad, some human interest piece. She came out in the boat with me one morning, just like you are now. Brought her notebook and her camera, asked me all kinds of questions. At first, she was impatient, kept asking when we were going to move to a better spot, when I was going to check my line, when something was going to happen. But after a few hours, she got quiet, put down her notebook, just sat there. When we rode back at the end of the day, she thanked me, said it was the most peaceful day she'd had in years, said she'd forgotten what it felt like to just sit, to just be, to not be productive or goal-oriented. She never wrote the article, said she couldn't find the right words, but she came back 3 more times that summer, just to sit in the boat with an old man who never caught any fish. Sam chuckles at the memory. Last I heard, she'd quit journalism and become a meditation teacher. Don't know if I had anything to do with that, but he trails off smiling. The day continues in its slow, peaceful way. Sam shares more stories about storms he's weathered, about dolphins he's seen, about the time a whale breached so close he could have touched it, about Eleanor, who would sometimes come out with him, not to fish, but just to be together in the quiet, about his children, who thought he was foolish until they were older and understood, about other fishermen who, late in their lives, started coming out just to sit with him in comfortable silence. There's a young man, well, young to me, he's about 60, who comes out with me once a month now. Sam says he's spent 40 years as a lawyer, made a fortune, hated every minute of it. Now he's retired and he doesn't know what to do with himself. Can't relax, can't enjoy anything, always feels like he should be accomplishing something. So he comes out here, and for those few hours, he remembers how to just be, how to exist without producing, how to have value without achieving. That's what this boat has become. A place where people can remember how to be human. The afternoon grows warm. Sam produces a simple lunch from a cooler: bread, cheese, fruit, water. You eat together in silence, and the silence isn't awkward or empty. It's full, rich, complete. After lunch, Sam does something you haven't seen him do yet. He reels in his line. The hook emerges from the water, empty, as always, but Sam examines it carefully, as if he's caught something precious. 70 years, he says. 70 years of empty hooks, and you know what? I wouldn't change a thing. He recast the line, watches it arc through the air and splash into the water. "That's what I catch every day," he says. "I catch the cast, the arc, the splash, the moment of the line cutting through air and entering water. I catch the waiting, the patience, the acceptance of whatever comes or doesn't come. I catch the sunset and the sunrise, the changing seasons, the migration of birds. I catch the feeling of this boat beneath me, the smell of this ocean, the sound of water and wind. I catch the knowledge that I'm alive, right now, in this moment, and that's enough. That's everything." As the afternoon begins to fade toward evening, Sam starts rowing back toward shore. The same rhythm, left, right, left, right. A meditation made motion. As you approach the dock, you see the other fishing boats coming in too. Their decks are piled with catches, nets full of fish, a successful day. The fishermen call out to each other, comparing hauls, celebrating good catches. No one calls to Sam, but a few nod respectfully as he passes. At the dock, Sam ties up his boat with practiced ease. He gathers his rod, his empty tackle box, his cooler with its remains of lunch. "Thank you for coming out with me," he says, as you step onto the dock. "Thank you for taking me," you reply. "I think I understand now what you've been fishing for all these years." Sam smiles. "Good. Then it was a successful day. But you didn't catch anything, you say, testing." His smile widens. "Didn't I? I caught a perfect day. I caught good company. I caught a morning, an afternoon, and the beginning of an evening. I caught the memory of my wife in the way the light hit the water. I caught peace, presence, and purpose. I'd say that's quite a haul." You walk with Sam through the village. He moves slowly but steadily. Children run past, shouting and laughing. A couple sits on a bench watching the sunset. Somewhere, music plays. At his small house, modest, well-kept, Sam stops. "I'm 85 years old," he says. "I've never been rich, never been famous, never accomplished anything the world considers important. But I've lived every single day of my life, really lived it, been present for it, felt it fully. How many people can say that?" He extends his hand, you shake it. His grip is firm, warm. "Whatever you're chasing," he says, "whatever fish you're trying to catch, make sure you're not missing the ocean while you chase it. Sometimes the thing we're really fishing for isn't the thing we think we're fishing for." With that, he turns and enters his house. Through the window, you see him moving around, settling in for the evening, alone but not lonely, quiet but not empty, a man who spent 70 years fishing and never caught a single fish, and caught everything, that mattered. Tonight, as you drift towards sleep, think about old Sam in his boat. Think about 70 years of empty hooks, 70 years of coming back with nothing, and 70 years of catching everything. Think about your own life. What are you fishing for? Is it really what you want? Or is it just what you think you're supposed to want? Are you so focused on the catch that you're missing the morning? So goal-oriented that you're forgetting to be present? So busy achieving that you're forgetting to live? What if the point isn't the destination? What if the point is the journey? What if the goal isn't the goal? What if the goal is just the excuse to live fully while pursuing it? Sam discovered this at 30 and spent 55 years living it. How much time have you spent being present, being here, being alive? Let yourself be like Sam's boat now, drifting, rocking, just being held by the water. No goal, no destination, no catch to make, just this moment, just this breath, just this perfect, complete, enough now. You don't have to catch anything. You don't have to achieve anything. You don't have to prove anything. You just have to be here, alive, aware, present. That's the real catch. That's what Sam fished for. That's what you can have right now. Not someday when you've accomplished your goals. Not later when you've caught your fish. But now, this moment, this breath, this life. Let yourself drift into sleep now. No striving, no trying, just allowing, like a boat on calm water, like an empty hook in the ocean, like a fisherman who's been fishing for peace for 70 years. You are held. You are enough. You are exactly where you belong. Good night, dear friend. May you catch what truly matters.